Hello, welcome to another Kamen SH Figuarts review. Today is Kamen Z Cross. Don't say ZX, that's not his name. Almost Christmassy look. The reason this is November. It's Black Friday in America, but you know, in the rest of the world we don't have Black Friday. But you know, we do know it's almost Christmas sale. He's got this red box here with the green eyes and the green scarf, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's Christmas soon. Photograph of the actual figure and not the actual suit. Very reminiscent of all the other Showa Rider box designs. Just red instead of silver. So I sort of like swap the colors around. We also got the Seikos logo on the bottom and the Bandai and Tamashi and such. Silver printing. Silver printing on the plastic with silver printing card on the back makes it really hard to actually read this. So if you didn't know this, you'd be like, oh, Seikos. Oh, Seikos. But on the front, it's just really hard. And if you're trying to read the this thing here, I can sort of read it because the light's shining directly at it. It's a Figuarts is the new standard figure series that incorporates the Bandai action figure art under the theme pursuing character expression through humanoid action. Phew. More poses of the figure on the bottom right there, and right there. And it's a figure tagline on the top. This is a Hong Kong release, so it has the Bandai stickers on the bottom and on the back. And of course also has the survey sheet. Now, if you buy from Hong Kong, you're doing the survey, these expire from the product's launch, like I think 2 to 3 months after the product's launch. So make sure you do these because you don't want to waste these, because there might be a chance you might win some goodies. Might be a chance. 3 months expired every day. On the back, I got different poses. Rider came doing his weapons and such. Did you know that there were rumors that he was going to have like the powers of the previous riders, so like Decade and the Heisei riders? Just rumors, but never confirmed. And the Cover of the Spirits manga Z Cross is very different from the movie version. He was going to have a series, but it got canned for some reason, and we got Black, so it's not all bad. I did see this movie, and all I can say is it feels very rushed, like compressing an entire story of a series into a 1 hour movie. Bad move. But although it is really cool to see all the previous riders sort of like a big team up. So new styling, got the packaging tray here, so you know the deal, doesn't go all the way down, makes it slightly easier to open the pack. I say slightly easier, but things are already starting to fly all over the place. Funny, the first time I opened this, I was on a bus, and that didn't happen. So, let's move these things back into position and take a quick look at all these accessories. First things first, as always, you got the closed fist hands, posing hands and weapon hands, item holding hands, relaxed hands, straight palm hands, and other relaxed hands. I'm guessing these are like full of weapons and such. Oh, some of them are full of weapons. Got his scarf, of course. He is a rider. Another form of his belt, which Jesus Christ. Ninja star. That bit on his foot that you can pull off and actually turns into this piece with stuff on the back. So that's one of his weapons that he uses. And this. Oh, finally. Yeah, this piece can also plug into his belt. It's like an alternate thing. And you got this ninja rope grappling thing, which this piece is actually a metal. So you know those old like key strap chains that you get. So that's cool. It's not plastic. It's metal. So let's move on to articulation. Double joints on the neck, so you can look down that much, look up that much, full 360-degree rotation, sideways and sideways. Moving his head, there's like a little thing in there that bumps it a little bit, so it doesn't affect the movement, but doesn't make it move smoothly either. It's hard to explain. It's like there's a joint that's just clicking a little bit. The antennae are relatively soft but be careful because they still feel like they're gonna snap. Look up, look down, double joint right there, but very somewhat limited. The belt is not attached to the torso, so it does hide the joint. Sideways. Arm goes up, but the shoulder pad does block it a little bit. There's a swivel joint right here. It's a very tight swivel joint. The top arm swivel moves a lot smoother than the lower swivel. It's almost like the lower swivel joint's not supposed to swivel. Double elbow joint. And joint up and down rotation and such. Leg joint is on the newer tires where it like goes down. I like to call it the dislocating joint. Helps you do poses. Rotates a little bit. Double knee joint and full toe rotation and swivel. Leg rotation swivel, and a toe joint that's really tight first time. Yep. And bottom of the feet has generic sort of boot designs. Well, let's first go through the problems with this figure, shall we? Painting and molding issues. Now, first of all, let's see if we can get in the lights. Look at the chest scratches right there. That wasn't me, that's just exactly how the figure appears. And okay, that's like a teeny bit thing. Next. Huge ass scratch on there. That's not good. Next, I'm pretty sure there was another point somewhere. Oh well. Next I have a big issue is the back plate, which is just terribly plugged in right there. Look at that, that's terrible. The butt one isn't that much better, it's very obvious and bad. There's just general, this thing has been scratched, pretty much. Next you look at the belt right there, that molding is terrible. And it's like, Bandai's like quality control on Figuarts. Who cares about Figuarts? Nobody cares about Figuarts. They only appeared in one movie. Pretty much. And then just sort of spin-off cameo characters. Nobody cares about Figuarts. Except, then why the hell are you releasing figures of him then? So that's that. Next biggest problem is the belts. They didn't learn from Wizard. And this thing doesn't fall off that easily, but it doesn't stay still. Now, notice around the peg hole, there's a shape there, and same as this piece, there's a shape there. Supposedly, that shape is supposed to stop the thing from turning around, but it doesn't because this thing can never actually peg in that deep. I'm gonna push it as hard as I can, but look, nope. So either the hole isn't deep enough, or this peg isn't long enough. At least they're giving us the option of swapping the belts, just like Wizard, not like Decade or O's where the belts just one there that's stuck. But just like Wizard, they messed up there. One more thing. Pegging the scarf into the neck. The hole is so tight, and the plastic of the scarf isn't that good. That can cause the peg and the top part of the scarf to bend. And it's bad when you bend the plastic and you can see white coming through it. So, for God's sake. One more thing about the scarf is that it can also easily pop off while you're posing him. Now that's all the... Actually no, there's more downside. First of all, some good thing. The good thing is swapping the little bits on his arms and his leg right there are very easy. And she right there, it does leave a little hole peg there, but it's a toy, so it's fine. Same with the other arm, but don't try to pull that leg down there, because that will break. Another thing about him is and one more bad thing is, forget this pose of him holding a ninja star, because his hand doesn't actually hold the ninja star, it's just sort of balancing there. they didn't bother to give him an actual hand to hold the ninja star. So, oops, it's so small. I guess I've lost that piece. Well, the other accessories are pretty decent. I like the fact of the swapping belt, and I also like the idea of these accessories. Now that accessory actually has a peg in the pegs into the hand, so that fits pretty well. The grappling hook is also a nice addition with actual metal chain and fits in the hand quite nicely, and that one is less likely to go missing. The bits that peg on his foot and arms are quite solid, they're not going to fall off easily, so that's the good side of things. In terms of swapping joints, they're not that loose. His right leg is maybe slightly looser than the rest, but it doesn't really flicker about or wobble about, so that's actually fine in terms of joints. In terms of swapping hands and such, this figure does suffer from that really tight peg system. That you push the hand onto the arm and you think it's pegged in, but nope, it's still not actually pegged in, and the arm falls off. And because it really doesn't help that the belt buckle falls off all the bloody time when you're trying to put it into different poses. And the ball joint on the leg, just where the foot pegs into, feels slightly soft. So I'm wondering if that's going to break at some point. It's not as solid as on the other figures. Painting wise, Zekros is okay, although I prefer that if his legs were slightly more shiny than matte. Apart from those few scratches, the silver is pretty good, and the detailings on the sort of sharper and smaller areas is pretty nice as well, especially the weapons and the second belt buckle that he comes with. The toy, Figuarts Figuarts isn't so bad, but as SH Figuarts, he leaves a lot to be desired. He's not as bad as Wizard, nowhere near as bad, not as bad as Sailor Moon, but yeah, he feels lacking. Almost feel like he was slightly rushed. Like, oh no, we got all these Gaim figures that we gotta have to release soon. What show rather we haven't done yet? Oh, Zekros, yeah, just kick him out. As a show rather, he does come with more than enough accessories. Isn't bare bones like black. That was disgustingly bare bones. But he comes with everything that he's supposed to come with. I just wish he was a bit more polished. Then he could be completely recommendable. Now, if you this is the figure for those who really like the Showa era of Kamen Riders, just can't get enough of them. But for a casual collector, I'd probably just skip this one. You see the injection line now on his shoulder. That's not so good. So he's a very mediocre. Maybe if you're lucky enough, make sure if you do want to pick him up, just take a closer look at the box before picking it up. You can't see his back, so that's an issue. But for the most part, if there's no damages on the front, then by all means go ahead. Yeah, it's just very meh release. I'm not excited about it. I like Zekros, like his design. The movie was decent for compressing entire series into just a 1 hour movie. But this figure is just he isn't so expensive, so oh well. So subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and cause take care and have a nice day. By the way, the compound eyes are pretty decent, I guess.